Welcome back to Watching Business Incorporated right here on Channels Television. We head to the markets now, where we've been seeing interesting figures. Talking about the financials of corporates. We'll talk about that in a bit. But first of all, let's look at the numbers at intraday. And we see Nigeria's exchange right there in the green, but not an exciting green because we're at 98. We've since lost the 100,000 level at 98,190, even though at intraday we see a 0.06% increase. Let's just stay in Nigeria now and look at some of those results. I think the most interesting one, obviously, is the livestock results, financials, earnings for the first half of the year. Just a couple of months ago, obviously, we remember that the President Bola Tinubu, did create the Ministry of Livestock Development, and we're like, do we really need it? I mean, we have the Agriculture Ministry. Doesn't that have a department that looks at livestock? But look at it right here. So investors would not agree with the people who were saying that. So, because right here we see the difference in their earnings for the first half of this year, January to June. Right there. So revenue has gone up from 9.74 billion. That's what we had in June 2023 to by June 2024, it was 15. See, about 6 billion already added. Profit before tax, obviously, from 55.7 million to 652. That's a huge jump. And then profit after tax. Even after the tax, they still had, in June last year, it was 37.3. But profit after tax for this year is 255.81. And look at the more interesting one right here, going from 1 naira 25 kobo to 14 naira for the EPS. 25 kobo. That's a huge jump within a year. And this just happened within a couple of months since that ministry was created. Now, let's find out what's really happened with Ambrose Omodio. Ambrose is an equity trader, a chief research officer with Invest Data Consulting. Ambrose, good afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
So, I mean, this is a huge jump for livestock. Can we attribute this just to the creation of that livestock, or have we already started hearing maybe of some other things? That's why we see this positive movements in the stocks, the livestock.
Yeah, actually, we can attribute to the ministry that was created recently. I will tell you that for the last 2 years, we have seen improvement in livestock results. Well, they've been a negative, account for the past almost 4 years. But in the last 2 years, they are back to profit. What we're seeing, that we're seeing a better number coming to signal that this company, at the end of their current financial year, they might likely to reward their shareholder, because the past 8 years, they've not done that. That means investors are not seeing improvement. And don't forget that also anywhere in the world, every sector is a sector that has potential to generate money for Nigeria, also to feed Nigeria. But I think that if government with the new ministry can also bring out policy to further assist the agri sector, this company is going to do better than what we are seeing. That means some active investors and traders already seen opportunity. That's why they are keen to the story. It's not because of the creation of the ministry, it's just because we are seeing improvement and also on the company. Also knowing that the shareholding structure for this company is also, it's tight for better to see price appreciation.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really worth asking, because we've seen it kind of very quiet for years. And then, so do we expect this positive trend to continue to the end of the year? Can this become a norm?
Yeah, actually, if you look at other companies in that industry, you actually like a great improvement that came from Okom and Presco. A signal that sector has a lot of potential to create wealth for design investors. For me, the sector to watch. That is why in the market, sector rotation is a thing that will continue. As you are looking at these results that are coming, that's why the market are giving signal of weakness. Results that are coming to the market are mixed, but there are some industry that have shown strength that investors can now position their portfolio in that direction. That means for every investor, let the numbers that we're seeing now guide you to buy what into value.
Okay, all right. So what else is happening in the market this afternoon? We saw that recovery there, but we're still around 98,000, which is what we closed with yesterday.
Yeah, actually, I would say that for the last 6 trading days, we're seeing that investors are really, taking some decisions that are not really, their indecision within the traders, because most of the stocks that are putting market down are banking stock, reacting to government policy as a result of what government taxing or the what we call the windfall as a result of FS gain, which in any market anywhere in the world see that instead of gain, it's not a result of taxing more than what was in but that investors are reacting to that. That's why banking industry are the one pulling the bear market down. That's why they are the one also that posture the bullish one was seen before now. And the trend is that other sectors were seeing positive number are going to be what we call that protection going to the food. That is why in this third quarter of the year will give investors an opportunity to position for what? For the last quarter of the year. For me, what was just an opportunity for investors to work to buy into value at a discount. That means it's not going to send any panic in the market, but use results that are coming now for you to position well in good company that has value.
All right, Ambrose, thank you so much, Ambrose Amodion, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Ambrose did mention Okom. Let's look at the results for Okom for the first half also. I could have the first half of Okom right there. We saw revenue also went up for Okom Oil. Revenue went from 49.69 billion naira to 76.01 billion. Okom, let's have Okom. It's Okom I'm talking about. And then we also have profit after tax right there, 16.29 to 20.20. The EPS also did change just a bit from 16.89 to 21.7. Profit margin for 2024 half year is 26.90. Interim dividend at this time has gone from 4.50 naira to 8 naira. That's for Okom. And then for Presco, which is in the same industry as Okom, we see that the food sector is actually getting some attention at this time. So for Presco, we have revenue has also increased, looking really good, 83.11, and then profit after tax also really went up more than 100%, 158.002, and then profit margin for 2024 is 44.17, better than what it was this time last year. We don't have an interim dividend yet for that, but we can see perhaps these are areas, sectors or stocks that may interest you. Of course, it's also left for you to get consultancy and advice before you can put your money where your thoughts are. But I mean, these results are really looking, especially for the livestock, very eye-catching at this time. Now let's go to other markets and see what's going on right there. Nigeria is not the only country on the continent, is it? So Egypt is positive at intraday, 0.23%, as well as Kenya. Kenya has been able to sustain their over 100, and their intraday, Monday, I beg your pardon, they gained 0.38% on that. Looking at other parts of the world now, outside Africa, we could go to Middle East. The Middle East intraday, Abu Dhabi is up 0.10%. Dubai is actually in the red, 0.59%. And then let's see Asia, United States, Saudi Arabia. Okay, there you have it. Also in the red, both of them, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. For Asia, we see mixed color. The Nikkei has lost that 40,000 level. Unfortunately, 38,525.95. The Kospi is so in the red, almost 1% down. Hang Seng Index more than 1% down at 1.37. Shanghai and for Australia also almost 0.5% each losing right there. United States, interesting place. We know, expecting a lot of data this week. It's all counting down to that September interest rate cut, which is being expected. The Dow Jones is looking good at 40,818, 0.12%. S&P 500 also good. It's a green features market for the United States at this time, and hopefully with this positive trend that's going on.